Man, I really like this cute little knife. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. Today's video is going to be about a really pretty little pocket knife, the Old Timer Mountain Beaver Jr. So the folks at Schrade/Old Timer were kind enough to send me this so I could show it to you. It's a lockback design, very classic design, very smooth action, but I got to tell you, as a guitar player, and I mentioned this about another knife, but this thing's made out of rosewood here, I think, and ebony here, which are two woods which are prevalent in guitars, and just really, really nicely made. The fit, and I just want to show you the fit and finish on this knife is just excellent. Silver nickel brass coated, I guess, I don't know how plated, I don't know what they are. They're silver nickels, what they're calling them. Bolsters and trim. Brass pins, got a hardened steel back plate. Nice drop point design. A little bit of a finger kind of a groove, I don't know what you call it there, but it just it fits in my hand really well. My pinky goes right there. And it's just a really classic little gentleman's folding knife. Man, I like this little knife. This may be one of my favorite little folding. This is the kind of thing that you can get from your granddad and be like, wow, check it out. Thanks, Grandpa. Sorry, I kind of got a little emotional on this thing here, didn't I? So let's take a look at the specs on this and we'll do some nice stuff. Okay, once again, this is the Old Timer Mountain Beaver Jr. Small Lockback Knife. This knife features a 2.5-inch drop point blade of 9 CR18 MOV steel, about a 3.5-inch handle of rosewood, ebony, and silver nickel with a heat-treated back spring. It's a backlock design. Knife has an open length of 6.1 inches, weighs 3 ounces, has a lanyard hole, and comes with a really nice leather belt sheath. Okay, that was some of the specs and the close-ups as usual. And as usual, I just want to show you the sheath. Again, this is just a really extremely nice classic leather belt sheath with a belt loop on the back of it. Pretty tight fitting. I'm sure it'll stretch out as you use it. The knife fits in very well, molded. It's just a 100% classic little design. Weighs almost nothing. So if you want to put this on your belt, you could. Just keep from scratching it up in your pocket. But you can put it in your pocket too. Again, I really, really like the wood. Really like the design. So without further ado, it locks up really solid too. I'm kind of a lock back kind of guy, old school. So anyway, I got a piece of paper here. We're gonna do the old standard. Let's see how sharp it is from the factory. And I must say that's pretty doggone sharp. Okay, so not too bad. But really and truly, is that what you use a knife for? Slicing paper? That's more of just an edge check. But this is not a bushcraft knife. It's not something you're going to be using, to baton wood or anything like that. This, on the other hand, is something that I use a knife for frequently. But just so you don't think I'm getting slack on you, we'll cut a little wood with it. We'll do a little basic whittling because I like whittling. I always used to watch Beverly Hillbillies, and Uncle Jed was always just sitting on the front porch whittling on a stick, not really making anything in particular, just whittling. And I'll just tell you, sometimes it's fun to just whittle. Not making anything, no purpose, no end goal in mind. Just taking a nice sharp blade and moving it through some nice wood. It's just something satisfying about the process. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but it definitely is. But just to show you, this thing can carve some little bitty tiny feathers if you really give it a good opportunity. So while we're being slightly silly, here's my gigantic fatwood fire steel handle that I made, and a little harder wood. Try to carve some little fatwood in here, but let's see how well it scrapes the back of this thing. So you can see it's doing pretty decent. I really hate to mess up my handle because that's what it's for, but you can see scraping off of that. Of course, you know the next step is the other end of the fire steel and see what happens. Well, there you go. This wood's a little green. I bet we can get some better action with some real fat wood. Ain't she pretty? Okay, so that was pretty much the same thing I've done with so many other knives. And you know, I wasn't going to do bushcraft type stuff. Then I thought, well, this is such a small knife. I'm trying to illustrate a point here that people have asked me, what's your favorite survival knife? What's the best survival knife? And of course, the standard response is the best survival knife is the one you have on you, right? I'm just trying to point out the importance in my mind of always having some kind of knife on you. Is this going to baton wood? I mean, maybe some small stuff. Honestly, if you can get a fire going, you probably don't have to baton wood. This will baton something small enough to get to the inside of it, the small, diameter, if you have to. But as you saw, just took a little round stick and some fat wood, and we got a fire going. And honestly, in my opinion, fire is one of the most important things you can have. The ability to make a fire is one of the most important things you can have in a survival situation. It's just a really handy little knife. You can see see if you can see the point on it is very, 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 very sharp. Nice drop point design. Just a very utilitarian design knife that looks really nice. Small enough to carry in your pocket, but it comes with a belt sheath. Really nice, classy looking. Classic style, classy and classic, and I'm really pleased with the fit and finish on this knife. Typically, knives in this price range, and I'm not going to put the exact price. You can check the link below. There'll be a price if you click that link, I'm sure. I just hate to do that because they change so often, but I'll tell you, it's not a very expensive knife, and for a knife in this price range, the fit and finish is extremely well, and just like it. I like it a lot. So anyhow, that is the Old Timer Mountain Beaver Jr. lockback folding knife from the folks at Strayed and Old Timer, and it's quickly becoming literally one of my favorites. I like the size. It's just a very handy size. It's not too big, it's not too little, it's just right, just like Goldilocks. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful. As always, thanks for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for clicking that thumbs up, for sharing it with your friends. Thanks for watching those ads, and thank you so much for doing your shopping on Amazon through the Survival on Purpose links. It really, really makes a gigantic difference in supporting the channel, and I sincerely appreciate it. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. See you next time. Almost kind of fun.